name is Ashley Huckabee, and the book I'm going to share today that I'm going to add to my library to create more diversity and inclusion is a book called Just Ask. When we started to look for books to add for this, I kind of decided I wanted to not just stick to my typical stuff. I wanted to try to look for something different, and I really wanted to find a book that was really inclusive, and to me that was difficult at first to try to find something that was inclusive that didn't leave out anything else. And then I kind of got stuck in this weird place of trying to figure out how to add everything together, and as well as make it inclusive, including all the other students as well. And I think I honestly found like the best book. So this is the book, Just Ask. It is by Sonia Sotomayor, and it's illustrated by Rafael Lopez. And when I saw it, the cover really stuck out to me because it just said, Just Ask. And I like that because it gets straight to the point. And it says, be different, be brave, and be you. And who doesn't need to be told that every day, no matter who you are or what you're doing in life? So the grade levels and the themes for this book, honestly, I couldn't just settle for one grade level because the way that this book is built, you could read it to the youngest grade in kindergarten and kind of just simplify it and talk about things in a more simplified way. Or you could even go all the way up to 5th grade or 6th and kind of do a more complex discussion on each of these pages, because it has that ability to just kind of change and interact with interact with the students differently, and it can create some really good class discussions. The theme of this book is empathy. It is for the reader to take a step in another person's footsteps. And this book doesn't just cover one type of person, it covers multiple different types of people. And it's about honoring those people's differences. And while this book is also focusing on those differences, it also shows these people coming together to help our community. And I think that is such an important thing to kind of tie in and bring together. And I really liked this quote by Sonia. It says, each of us grow in our own ways, so if you're curious about other kids, just ask. And when we don't know something, we don't have knowledge about something, it can create an area where we're going to be, other students may possibly be mean to each other or rude or treat them wrong, and they won't even realize what's happening because they don't understand that person and they don't know how to be friends with that person because they are different. They don't know how to just ask. So I felt like, you know what, that is one thing that we really have to teach our students is to ask and how to ask. So these are just a few of my favorite pages. This one was about a diabetic, and there are diabetics in our classroom, and we don't talk about that. We don't include that, and I thought that was really neat. So it says, not everybody is comfortable answering questions about themselves, but I don't mind. What am I doing? Several times a day, I prick my finger to measure the sugar in my blood, and I give myself shots of medicine called insulin. I do this because I have diabetes and my body doesn't make insulin naturally like other people's. Even though this can sometimes hurt, I gather all of my courage to do it to be healthy. And then I really like at the bottom how it kind of includes, like, do you ever need to take medicine to be healthy? Because at some point in everybody's life, we've had to take some kind of medicine just for a fever or a headache, or we've gotten sick. I liked this one because it added in Tourette's, and I personally have never read a children's book about Tourette's, and I loved how the illustrations really brought it together, and it brought it to life, and it talks about feeling frustrated, but it helps to tell, and how I love how she says it helps to tell people why she's doing it, why her body does it, and that she has no control. And then I like how, again, it includes, like, do you ever feel frustrated? I don't know, everything about this page is just really neat and different. This is another page. I don't have any books in my current library, and I've never seen another one, unless it's been in a bigger school library, public library, about a student who's blind. And I love how it adds in, like, how she uses the dog to maneuver herself around, and how her friend uses a cane, and it shows them together working and carrying the plants to help plant plants for their community. And again, it says, how do you use your senses? Like, it's a way to bring in all the other students to kind of experience them as well. The reasons I'm going to add this amazing book to my personal and school library, this is, I've already added it to buy, the diversity. It's a very diverse book on people's abilities and disabilities. It covers a wide variety of them. There's different race and culture throughout the whole book. It's not just stuck on just one. It's a collection, and it shows them all being unique and different. And the accomplishments, these individuals that have different disabilities, they all came together and they accomplished something and for their community. And I really liked that. For inclusion, it's about acceptance. They are accepting who they are, and they are wanting you to ask and be accepting of them. And it's just, that's great, and that's something that can be hard to teach. And I feel like this book would be a great add-in for that. And there's a connection piece on every single page. At the bottom corners, before you go to the very next page, it always like, have you ever do this? Have you ever felt so frustrated? And it allows you to stop and have that discussion, like, have you felt frustrated? Okay, she's feeling frustrated. Do you think maybe we kind of know what she's feeling? And it gives you a way to connect. I added in a link because it is just 8 minutes and 11 seconds, and it is an amazing book. And so I went ahead and added the link in here too. And I hope y'all enjoyed this book and maybe add it to y'all's library as well. Thank you.